Live here at the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal.
That would make me terrible, Troy.
And I'm Tara Hutchison.
Hello. And we're joined by the fine folks here, Frenzy Moon. We have writer-director Gregory Lamberson.
My daughter calls me Gregory. Does that count?
I like that. I like
Ooh.
that. It makes you fit in with without your head. I like that. Gregory Lamberson. I always feel weird calling you Gregory, not Greg, but it doesn't matter. And we have the star. We have the stars here: Alyssa Grace Adams,
Hi.
Kayla Walker,
Hello.
and Aaron. How do you say your last name? I should have asked this beforehand. Krygier. I should have known that. You've been on the show before.
That's okay.
Yeah. And first of all, how are you doing, Greg? I know you've hurt yourself recently.
I'm walking well enough that I'm driving to Pittsburgh tomorrow for a festival.
All right.
I did take 5 days off where I just stayed on the couch the whole time.
All right. Well, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing better. So for people not aware yet, can you give them an idea of what Frenzy Moon is?
Frenzy Moon is about 6 college grad students. 2 of them are on the top row here, and 1 mysterious hunter down on the bottom row who spend a terrifying night in a remote cabin battling a pack of ferocious werewolves.
Ooh.
That's called a log.
Yeah. So how did you, we'll go around. How did everyone get involved? Kayla, how did you get involved?
So I actually didn't really know much about what was going on. Alyssa actually referred me to Greg because he was looking for a certain role for my role, which was Michaela. Coincidentally, my name is Kayla. And I had messaged him, and once we connected, it was just like an immediate, like, he was just like, yes, I want you, and you're what I was looking for, and you bring a lot to the character. So I was like, that's cool, and I really love the character, and she has a little bit of me in myself because I have like a spark and an attitude, so I kind of connected with her. But yeah, that's how we started.
And so Greg, since you didn't know Kayla beforehand, what made her right for the role?
So I had trouble casting that role, and when I saw her headshot and her hair was much like it is now, right away I said, this looks like the character. This is what I'm looking for. Her headshot had just a little bit of an attitude in it. I saw that and I liked it. And Alyssa had recommended her. And, you know, we did a proof of concept first for the Indiegogo campaign. So she came up from Jamestown, almost 2 hours away, and shot that. And by the time we were done, in my mind, she was that character anyways. And I couldn't imagine anyone else playing the role. And I got to say that once we got into the film shooting, you know, we had to put her up, obviously, because she was from a bit of a distance away. She was the one person coming into this who really had to have blind faith. Because even though Alyssa and I didn't know each other, I'm pretty well known in the Buffalo film circles. People know I'm a straight shooter for the most part, even if I have maybe a reputation for being pretty blunt. But Kayla didn't know anything about me. So she really had to rely on Alyssa's word, I guess, that everything was above board and worth the effort.
And so Alyssa, since you hadn't worked with Greg before, and did you know of him, like you mentioned there?
Well, we hadn't worked together, but he came to set on a feature film, Slasher Days of Summer. That was my first lead in a feature. He, knew the creators of it and the filmmakers. So he came on set, and I don't even know if we really talked to each other, but we had seen each other. And then he reached out to me on Facebook and was like, I'm making this film, a proof of concept first. And I feel like you could be good for either of these roles, either Jennifer or Sheila, but you let me know. Read it. Let me know if you're interested in. For the proof of concept, I chose Jennifer, and then we did a reading of it, and then he offered me the role officially.
Why did you pick that role?
Because it was the lead.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. Honestly, yeah, and I just I think it had a lot more to do. There was a lot of layers to it. Not that there isn't with all of the characters, but there was some of me and Jennifer, but some it wasn't, and definitely because it was a lead. Let's be real.
And Greg, again, like, what was it about Alyssa, since you saw her on another set, was like, oh, she fits this role?
So when I cast, I'm looking for someone that fits the role. I'm also looking for someone who's going to be easy to work with, that's going to get along with other people. The biggest role, she was going to have the most days. And I got to say, I'm saying the lead, but it's an ensemble piece for sure. There are like 4 characters that have about the same amount of screen time, and Aaron and Kayla are 2 of the others. So observing her on set, I just thought she looked easy to work with. I asked Kristen Skeet, how was she? She said, oh, she's very easy to work with. She's a dream, takes direction well. And so I had the referrals that I needed. And I did speak to her briefly at a fundraising party for Slasher Days of Summer.
Yes.
I just wanted to have my own impression speaking to her.
Yeah. And it seems like obvious, but that is good advice for anybody out there. Like, obviously you have to be talented, but if people like being around you, you can trust somebody, they're more likely to want to work with you. Even if you're the most talented person in the world, but no one likes to be around you, who wants to have you on set?
This is also, because it's a cabin in the woods movie, the core cast were going to be together for a long time. And so they were going to have to be able to work as a team. They were going to have to develop chemistry. A lot of them had worked together in different projects. When you're in that situation, and it's a very ambitious monster movie, this film, being shot ideally in a very short amount of time, you really have to know that people are going to function the way I need them to in that tight, compressed shooting schedule.
And Aaron, from what I understand, you weren't the first person like in mind for the role.
Well, Greg can obviously tell the story more, but he had written this role. Craig, who worked with Craig on Widow's Point, and of course has had a long and storied career in Hollywood. But then with COVID happening and everything else, he realized that Craig was a little too part. So we had worked together a little bit on his last film, Guns of Eden. I remember I messaged him on Facebook, and because we knew each other, but we'd run in different circles. That's kind of our origin stories. So we loved each other. We knew who each other was, respected each other, but we kind of just ran in different circles. And I just had messaged him for Guns of Eden, and I just said, hey, if there's anything left, I'd love to just read for you. I'd love to work with you, guys. And he gave me a part. He needed to fill just a small role, but the beard intensity to it was much longer back then, and we had a good relationship. And after that, seeing me in a play with Jacob Applegate, who was another one of our fine cast members. And we had talked a little bit about it even before then, but I think that kind of solidified for both myself and Jacob that we could do what he was looking for. And again, we worked well together, even if it was in a small capacity before that. So taking a role that was meant for pretty big Hollywood name, I'll take it. I'll take it for sure.
Greg, what was it about Aaron for that role? And also, when you write it for someone specifically and someone else takes a role, do you change your role at all then, once someone else is cast?
No, I told all of them in rehearsal, I said, feel free to make these characters your own, create. I'm not holding you to every syllable that's on the page. After Aaron and I had worked on Guns of Eden, which is really when we discovered how much we had in common in terms of tastes of films and attitudes and things of that nature, I was sitting in on an audition for another film called Unbelievable, which is a movie about Buffalo Bills fans, which will be released finally on October 24th.
A very different movie, I expect.
Yes. Made a year earlier, but released about the same time. And Aaron gave an audition, and one of the writer and co-director of that movie turned to me and the other guys and goes, and he's a guy who's from Buffalo, but he was out in LA for many years. And so he often speaks down on the Buffalo film community. And he said, finally, a real actor in Buffalo. And I was like, it was a small audition. It didn't blow me away, but I made a mental note. Real actor in Buffalo, finally. So when I started thinking about people that I wanted to cast, I did see Aaron in a play, and the attitude of the character on play is really what convinced me. But I had this in the back of my head. Oh yeah, I should work with this guy. He's a real actor in Buffalo.
Alyssa and Kayla, what was it like working with Aaron? Was he a real actor in Buffalo?
Yes, absolutely. He was so great. I think we all really got along very well. And, Aaron plays a very, very intense character, but he is very, very kind, when the take is done.
Yes, he was the sweetest. I had a lot of fun with everybody in the cast. It was a lot of fun.
And Greg mentioned, Cabin in the Woods movie. And so my first feature film, End Zone 2, we all rented an Airbnb and lived together for, a week, whatever it was. We all stayed there. We all ate there. There was nothing that delivered because it was in the middle of nowhere.
No.
So was that like that experience? Did you guys all stay in the same in the cabin or in the same area?
Can you imagine that? There's no shower. First of all, there's no shower.
All right. We just hosed each other down. No.
This cabin is in the woods, but it's a little park behind a dump right off a main road. So like every day we could drive from anywhere in Buffalo, turn down this gate, go down a long dirt road, hang a right, and we were at this cabin. So it had the advantage of being close to things and yet still appearing to be remote. And there wasn't room for anyone to sleep. It's a one-room cabin with a back room with a sink and a couple of bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, to stay in character, I didn't shower once.
And the character of Aaron, you mean?
Yeah. Me as translating that over to me. Well, Greg said make it your own, so I told him, I said, I'm not going to shower. No.
I remember in the proof of concept, you said that. You really stuck to it. You're committed.
That's right. And Alyssa strongly objected to that.
Everyone
Aaron's
must
still
have
waiting for the sequel.
that in the green room.
What was that?
Everyone must have appreciated that in the green room. They had a little room where they could hang out, except on days when the special effects guys were there, and then they took over the room, and everyone had to go outside and hang out on the picnic tables.
That sounds like so fun, though. Like,
yeah,
that whole experience of like being that close with a cast
Mm-hmm.
and being that in that intimate of a setting.
Yep.
Seems like it's like becoming battle buddies.
Absolutely. I've been acting for the better part of 25 years. I've done films, I've done commercials, I've done theater, whatever. And I told Greg, apart from making my own film, Rust Belt Thriller, which I wrote, I edited, I produced, apart from making my own piece, this is the greatest experience I've ever had on set. And everybody was great. And that was a big thing. And that's a big thing on Greg's sets, is that he wants everybody to buy in, but everybody also has to communicate and get along. And I can't speak enough about Kayla and Alyssa and Steve and Jake and Harry and everybody else that was in the cast, but also with the crew. If somebody needed something, somebody else was there to help. I actually got sick during the production pretty seriously, and Greg was just beyond compassionate about it, but also made sure that I just got anything I needed, water or anything like that. Just the simple things, but it goes a long way. And it was the most harmonious film set I've ever been on, ever. And it was an awesome experience. Yeah.
And in that setting, like Tara's saying, it's intimate and stuff. It kind of gives it a theater feel, because it's a group of people. They're all acting together. It's usually not just one or two people. It's like it's everybody. Did you feel that at all, Greg? It's kind of like a theater or a play feel.
Well, I knew that the script basically was like that anyways, because there were a number of 9-page scenes instead of page scenes. And I specifically went looking for theater people. That's what I cast for. That's what my casting call was for. And that's why I went to so many plays. And ironically, except for Alyssa and Kayla, everyone else was somebody I had seen in a play.
And Alyssa, do you have a theater background at all?
Yeah, I do. I have no formal training in acting. I'm actually getting it right now. But always in school, I did the plays and musicals and then community theater before I started really doing a lot of film. So, yes, I have a theater background.
How about yourself, Kayla?
Yeah, I actually started doing theater when I first started acting years back, and I got multiple callbacks and auditions for Broadway, and that was really cool. And then once I really, kept going with the theater and doing musicals, I wanted to give TV and film a try. So when I did that, I started like 3 or 4 years ago, and that's what kind of got me into doing TV and film. So theater was my first love.
Okay. What's the difference between theater acting and an acting in a feature film?
Well, of course, you don't really have to remember your lines. Like, theater, you have to make sure your lines are like all the way from front to back memorized. But like as in film, like not having to memorize them all the way through and just kind of being in the moment and yeah.
It's a very different energy.
Mm-hmm.
Film acting is difficult in its own right. Film acting is not easy by any means. But theater requires you, like Kayla just said, to really commit to the memory. You're doing things live, so things happen, things change. Somebody's having an off night, so you have to respond to that, all that kind of thing. Being theater trained, classically theater trained first, I've always believed that the best actors and actresses always go back to theater, and I think that's been proven over the years. De Niro, Denzel Washington, of the last 10 or 15 years has done a ton of theater. Harvey Keitel, Pacino, all those guys and gals, they always go back to it because of the challenge. Dave Schreiber, all those kinds of people, really talented people, I think, do both. They want the challenge.
It's a weird comparison, but I also do pro wrestling podcast, and I've heard some of the wrestlers even compare the two because like stage acting, you're playing to the back of the room. If you're in a big like stadium in wrestling, you do actually big giant moves to play to the people up in the back. And then if you're in a more intimate setting or a film setting, it's not as big and over the top because you're doing it right into the camera.
Yeah, that's very accurate too. It's theater is here, musical theater is here, film acting's here. So it brings a different intensity. It brings a different kind of concentration to it. But I think anyone that excuse one over the other isn't willing to consider it. I think there's a lot of room to grow if you have that attitude.
So, Kayla, I understand this was your first feature film. So, what's that experience like? It's your first movie. I guess you don't have anything else to compare it to then.
You said me?
Yeah.
This is
on your IMDb. It was, I believe, your first feature listed. So.
I've actually done a couple. This is my third.
Right. Well, I'll blame IMDb.
Yeah, but
as a seasoned veteran of feature films, then how does this compare to the other features you've done?
It was a lot more organized. I will say that the ones that I've done before were, people that really weren't as high as Greg, and that had their stuff together, and I was really taken care of for this, being in this film. So I really enjoyed that. And then also this being my first horror film, I've never really been in something like this, and I've always wanted to be. So it was a lot of fun to be able to, do that side of, genre.
Yeah. Alyssa, you mentioned being in Slasher Days this summer. And so this is, both feature films and made the same sort of location, I guess. But the vibe's a lot different. So, Slasher Days is very comedic. This isn't real. This is more a serious horror film. It's not really campy. So, what are the differences between the two for you? You're muted.
Just have to remember. I mean, there's. I'm muted. Oh, sorry. Something that Greg said to me when I talked about a difference before, I said, "Oh yeah, I'm doing a horror film, but some of it's comedic." And he's like, "Well, usually the best horror films do have comedy. They have some sense of humor in it too." And I think that Frenzy Moon still has that, but yes, it's very different. There's a more serious tone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, another thing is we that was very different. We did so many overnights, so that also changes the energy on set. We all still really had a lot of fun, but on Slasher Days of Summer, it was a lot of like during the day or not too late, and so we could all be goofy all the time. But with this, we were a little more tired, but it was still great. But yeah, the tones are very, very different.
Greg, I've never read your novels. I shouldn't have said that actually, but are they? I know it's your novel for The Frenzy Moon is much like bigger in scope, but are the tones similar?
No, because the Frenzy novels, the three of them, they're very action-packed. They're big scope. There's a lot of subtext and different things going on, social subtext, things of that nature. This was a much more specific type of film, a much more condensed story. I wanted to do a werewolf film. I knew I could never get the budget to do one of those. So I came up with a cabin in the woods scenario as a way to be able to do a werewolf movie affordably, I thought. And they have different mythologies. So this is a fairly straightforward horror film. There is some humor there in the characters. I can't avoid that. It just always seeps through. People often don't realize something's funny when they first read the script, but then once you say it, the absurdity comes out. I guess that's about all I can say. It's fairly different in tone from the books.
And did you ask anyone to watch any like movies to before like doing the movie? Because I know some directors do like they want you to watch like a few different movies to get like the idea of what you're going for.
No, because I tried that on Guns of Eden. I had a rehearsal and I had a couple of the actors come in and I put on a film that reflected the tone I wanted. And as soon as the movie went on, they all cut out. So it's like, I'm not Quentin Tarantino. I'm not wasting my time with that again.
All right, fair enough.
If I mention An American Werewolf in London or The Howling and they haven't seen it, what can I do? I have my own story.
I kick them off the show.
And they have their own characters, so I'm not trying to, I don't need them to evoke certain things as much as myself and the cinematographer needed to.
Well, along those lines, are those movies that you had in your mind when you want to do a werewolf movie?
Yeah, I was in high school when I saw both of those in the theater. So those are the top two for me. Those were the big influences. In fact, I told the designers when I met with them, I said, I want the body of the howling werewolf and the face, at least the eyes of an American werewolf.
That's a good combo.
Yeah. Troy's my older brother. I always like to add the older part, but that year was those two and Wolfen came out the same year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which I need to rewatch Wolfen. I never liked it as a kid. Troy always was a big fan of it. Maybe I would like it now as an adult.
Yeah, it's a great film, especially on blue, because it's so incredibly well shot.
Wolfen?
How do you spell it?
Albert Finney.
Wolfen, I believe.
It's based on a Whitley Strieber novel. It was the third of 4 werewolf movies released that year. It was An American Werewolf. First it was The Howling, An American Werewolf. Then the Wolfen came out and bombed, even though it was a very classy movie. And then the fourth movie was this really bad comedy called Full Moon High with that Adam.
That one I've never seen.
It's not so good.
Yeah, that would be a fun show actually to review the 4 werewolf movies of that year.
Gregory, how do you feel about that movie, Silver Bullet?
Mixed. The wolf looked like a bear. I like the story, but I mean, it's better than I remembered. But the other ones that I like Dog Soldiers. I love Ginger Snaps, and Bad Moon. I think is very good with Michael Paré.
Yeah, that's a really underrated one with the dog.
That's a great one. Yeah, the dog is perfect in that one.
I think just for the look of the werewolf, it might be Dog Soldiers. I like the 2-legged werewolf.
Yep. Same. Those were scary.
Dog Soldiers is probably the one that we're closest to, just because that's also a cabin in the woods movie. Although, because you've got all the characters are soldiers with machine guns, it's almost like a compressed version of Aliens. That's what they were going.
Oh yeah. It's too bad though that they couldn't quite get the werewolf right in in Silver Bullet from the King story, because the Bernie Wrights and illustrations in there is absolutely my favorite werewolf ever. He just looks so badass.
When you hire Carlo Rambaldi, you always get second best. Carlo did King Kong. He did Orca.
Wow.
You know,
that's a shame.
Buffalo. So he had a number of ambitious creatures that never quite reached classic status.
That's so true.
Alyssa,
Orca wanted to be Jaws so badly.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. But Alyssa, do you have a favorite werewolf movie or werewolf look?
Okay, well, I did.
Besides Frenzy Moon, of course.
Besides, yes, naturally. I did watch An American Werewolf in London. I had not seen it, and Ginger Snaps in preparation for this because I had to watch some classics. I have not seen all the ones that were mentioned, but I do love those both so much. Just the transformation scene in American Werewolf in London and practical effects. Like, I will never forget that. But Ginger Snaps too, also coming of age. Both of them, I love both of them so much.
It's weird. I actually saw Ginger Snaps relatively not that long ago. It was like 5 years ago or something. We did like a werewolf month, and I don't know why, but I'd never seen the movie, and I was this now I know why people like it. It was great, but I will say American Werewolf in London is actually my favorite werewolf movie.
Same,
yeah.
But I actually not in love with it with the full transformation of. I love the transformation scene, but the actual look of the actual werewolf is not my favorite. Even though I love the movie.
He always talked about it at the time. I mean, even before they made the movie, how it was going to be the Hound of Hell, something we'd never seen before. And it was something we'd never seen before, but it wasn't that great.
No, and I think it's why you don't really see it a lot in the movie. But
I mean, the eyes are great. It's very effective. I mean, I'm not dogging it, so to speak, but I much prefer the Howling designs.
And Kayla, do you have a favorite werewolf or Wolfman movie?
I actually don't. I really don't know much about werewolves until Frenzy Moon.
Yeah, you would have been very good if this was really happening. You wouldn't have helped out.
Wouldn't have made it out.
Aaron.
Yeah. American Werewolf in London is just amazing. So I actually really like Silver Bullet quite a bit too. I would say the first Underworld is actually a really good film.
So interesting, huh?
The first one is awesome. So werewolves typically aren't quite my genre or my genre, adjacent. But yeah, I would say those are absolutely the Howling and the Howling 2 as well.
No Love for the Marsupials, Part 3.
Is that the one with Christopher Lee in it?
That's 2.
Oh, that's 2? All right.
Well, I mean,
I actually saw marsupials in the theater.
For me, anything with Sybil Danning in it, really 40 years ago, Sybil Danning. I'm good with that.
All right. Terry, do you actually have a favorite werewolf movie?
Hell yeah, I do. Definitely, it's Dog Soldiers.
Oh, nice.
When I first saw that movie, it scared the shit out of me. Like, werewolves in general, since I was a little kid. I watched Silver Bullet probably when I was like 8. And ever since then, I was like when you're scared of something, but you also are attracted to it.
Oh, yeah, you can't
get
one
of those things. Yeah, like a moth to a flame. So I love werewolf movies, and that's why I'm so excited for this film, because you're just like carrying the torch, where it's like, I remember even just this past year, I was like, man, like, I wish people would make more werewolf films, because those literally scare the crap out of me. And so I was so excited to do this interview with you guys because, you're just carrying the torch of werewolves. And I'm really excited about it. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you like Dog Soldiers, I think you will definitely like the look of the werewolves in Frenzy Moon.
Yes, I'm so excited to see it. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for coming on. Like, I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited.
Which I should mention how when people can see it. If I was more professional, I would have brought that right to begin with. But I do not want to leave Troy out for his favorite werewolf movie.
It's got to be.
I know it's cliche to say Werewolf in London, but
yeah, that's got to be my top one. But I think Curse
maybe
of the
Wolf
Werewolf.
Cop. Oh, okay, all right.
Curse of the Werewolf's a great one too. Just because Oliver Reed
yeah.
rules, he's just so awesome in that one. And I like that they gave it like a different, origin thing where it wasn't a guy mauled by a werewolf.
No, I won't say the guy's name, but one of my guests one time on the show, and he was saying his favorite werewolf movies, and he started going American Werewolf, and I'm like shaking my head, and then he ended in Paris, and I was like, oh my god, I must have hung up, but I was just,
that's a new one.
Yeah, but it was cool, I guess, that someone had something completely different. So October 3rd at Pittsburgh Moving Picture Fest, you'll be able to see Reggie Moon tomorrow. Oh yeah, wow.
Ooh.
I was going to say 3 hours, but I'm sure it's not after midnight. But tomorrow, yeah. Thriller Picture Show at the Lindsay Theater in Pennsylvania. And then you've got a bunch of stuff coming up. October 20th at the International Film Festival. October 24th at Fredonia Opera House. Where's that at?
Fredonia is an hour south of here. That's the town I grew up in.
Oh, cool. Well, that's going to be special for you.
Oh, yeah.
I had Widow's Point there a few years ago because the lighthouse that we shot in is in the neighboring town. So we had a sold out house in this opera house. It was packed, like 400 people, 400 people, but 75% of them were seniors. It was like no screening I've ever had.
Wow.
So I don't think the seniors are going to come out for this werewolf movie. We'll see.
You never know.
Yeah,
it's a classic, horror trope. And where can people go to this? We're not wrapping up here, but for people to see where it goes from here.
I do have a website, Gregory Lamberson Film. I'll keep that updated. Facebook, Instagram. We do have a distributor, and that distributor does have a press person. So once the press starts, hopefully anybody who goes to horror websites will be able to readily find that information.
Yeah, and we'll share the trailer and everything when it's available, which I think will be soon. We'll find out.
I wish I could say more, but what I can say is it will be out after Halloween and before Thanksgiving.
All right. And
so right around the corner.
Yeah. Did you all get to see it in the theater with people? Were you all at because it played? It's already played at what's the new
Amazing
name?
Fantasy Fest.
Amazing Fantasy. I got so used to saying Buffalo Dreams Fantastic Film Festival but Amazing Fantasy Fest. So were you guys all there?
Yeah, I was.
Yes.
So Alyssa, what was that experience like to see the finished movie, with an audience?
It was wonderful. I feel like we got really, really good reception. I loved, hearing people audibly react to different parts. I always get a little bit nervous, I think, being surrounded by people and watching things that I'm in. But it was also kind of surreal that it was less than a year after we made it. Like, this is there. It's premiering in front of us. Mm-hmm. That was pretty incredible. It was a great time. Yeah, and I can't believe the quick turnaround. I feel like nothing else I've ever been in was that quick. It was fun.
And yet it feels like forever to me.
Yeah. That's because your work didn't stop after we stopped shooting. For me,
Kayla, yourself, what did you think of the movie? Hopefully you liked it.
Oh yeah, I definitely liked it. It was definitely different, but it was very, very cool. I thought some parts were just funny for me because I don't know. I just it's kind of weird seeing myself, especially in a different genre too. So, and then my parts that I had, there was some kind of funny lines that I had in there. So I was, waiting to see those. And then I brought my grandparents to come with, and they don't watch this type of stuff at all. So really? Yeah, kind of like waiting to see their reaction. They're like, "Oh, you're a mean girl. You're not nice." She's going, "Kayla, why are you being so mean?" I'm like, "Relax. It's just a movie." And there was like a couple parts where I flicked the camera off too, and I'm not that type of person to do that in front of them. So they were just like, "Oh my gosh." But yeah,
me,
it was cool to see their reactions, but they really loved it.
She flipped for the record. She flipped me.
Yes.
Oh yes, yeah, Aaron.
You just bring that out of people, Aaron.
Yeah.
What can I say? What can I say?
And Aaron yourself, seeing it, and we'll get to Greg too. Aaron, watching it, at the festival with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's always. I love hearing myself talk. So. But no, I mean, it's always such a rewarding experience, to put so much effort into it. I was also fortunate to edit the second half of the film.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I was able to edit. I was heavily involved from beginning of filming through pretty much the end. And Greg and I worked like very close side by side for some of it. We just meshed really well, and it was a lot going on, so it required more than one set of eyes, and that was an awesome experience too. And yeah, I mean, it's always great to see your work and to see it appreciated too. Obviously, I mean, that's part of why we do what we do. And people were very generous with their praise, and that's always a great thing.
Did you do the editing on Rust Belt Driller?
Yes, I cut that entirely. Yeah.
I always think that would be, in my opinion, I don't know, maybe you have a different opinion. It would be hard to edit something that you're like in so much, like especially the director, I think, because like you have the memory of making it, and you don't want that to be like, oh, this was a good time making it, so I don't want to cut it out.
Right.
And then also, I would have the problem. I'd actually want to cut myself out of something because I'm like, I'd be like,
Aaron didn't have that problem.
Neil wouldn't either. Don't
the
believe
first cut's
him.
all
He's
Aaron.
like, I'm an egomaniac. I wouldn't cut myself.
Yeah. I cut the first cut I sent to Greg was me just having conversations with myself. Nothing for Alyssa's voice. No, that's a good point. It's funny you say that because when I was editing Rust Belt Driller, I mean, I wrote it. I was the lead in that. I produced it. I co-financed it, and I cut it. And I remember thinking exactly what you just said. Like, how am I going to deal with that? But I think that, unless your ego is so overinflated that you can't get past yourself, the work comes first. And I remember on that film, as an example, there were a couple times when Dave Williams, who co-directed that with Tilted Bill, my dear friend who is no longer with us. We got coverage of the actors, the other actors, and the actresses. He said, "Okay, now it's time for your close-up." And I said, "No, I don't want it." He kind of looked at me. I said, "This scene isn't about me. It's not about my character." So I think, for me, it's about the work, and it's about the people, and it's about everything else. So, but I considered exactly what you said while I was doing that, 5 years ago. And then it just got to a point where I said, just, like anything else, tell the story. So if you're able to look at it objectively and you're more concerned about the work than how your hair looks, it's not as hard as you think.
I don't have that problem.
So yeah, well, that's a good question. It's a good thought because it can be daunting to watch yourself. For me, having edited like I have, I just get sick of hearing myself over and over and over and over again. So
yeah, honestly, I can totally get that from editing the podcast itself. I like the live version better because it's out there and it's out there. I don't have to rewatch it and edit it down and listen to this idiot talk over and over. So, Greg, though, have you always done or worked on your own editing on your films?
So I edited the first two on 16 millimeter, cutting, splicing, doing it the hard way. Third film was the first time that we did the equivalent of modern editing, although it was very new at the time. And the editor I worked with, he was better than me. And I was sitting there telling him what buttons to push and what cuts to make, but he was doing better. So after that film, for the next 5 or 6, I just trusted him to do the editing on his own. I do very extensive notes. This take, this line, this take, this line. I mean, 100 pages of detailed notes. Aaron will tell you. And that we would finesse things over the phone. He's in New York City. Wouldn't have to be in the room with him anymore. So we had that sort of second nature communication. He's older than me, and he's in poor health, so he couldn't do this one. And I found that out maybe a month before shooting. And the difference between this film and some of my other ones is because the distributor put in money, I had a hard deadline on when I had to deliver it. So I came up with the idea of having one editor edit the first half, Aaron do the second half, because there's a point in the middle of the film where the tone changes quite a bit. So no one would tell from the editing style that the film was changing. They wouldn't, just from the story that would happen. So the idea was that we would have 2 editors working at the same time to meet our deadline. But as it turns out, it took forever to get drives going back and forth in New York City to the other editor. So by the time he finished, it was time. We were just starting with Aaron too. So best laid plans, didn't quite work out. Was happy working with both guys, and it turned out fine. It was nice though. The other editor is in New York City. So I had to, just like I did with my original editor, I had to wait for stuff to come and then send comments, and I'd have them change. Some things I would have them change 20 times before I was satisfied. Whereas with Aaron, I could just go over to his house, sit there, we would play, try different things, and revisit it maybe the next day and make more changes. And, you know, that there's so much action in the ending that it really required time to be spent on it.
Since you're not in your movies, besides like I don't know, maybe you have cameos and some stuff, but when you did edit like your first 2 movies, the idea for me would be like the memory of making it. Was that ever a problem? Just like not being able to like, this is what's right for the movie, as opposed to like, this was a really good time filming this part, even maybe if it doesn't work in the film.
When I did my own editing, I didn't know anything about editing. I learned as I went along and learned from my mistakes looking at the film afterwards. Working with the other editor, I've learned now, as long as if I knew how to push the buttons, I could edit a film no problem. But I like having that little bit of distance. Once you're done shooting, you're so tired. It's nice if someone else can sync up the sound to it, someone else can organize it, maybe let them do a pass and then you critique it, whatever. It's so exhausting writing, directing, producing, doing all those things at the same time, that once you get to that stage, you need full energy. And a director usually just doesn't have it.
Tom, say too, you know, working with Greg very intimately for part of my half of the film. I did before this massive action sequence that happened, I did a lot of the rest of it on my own. And, you know, I would just send it to him and he'd review it. And as much as Greg knows what he wants, he sends out these incredible detailed notes. Look at this take first, look at this take second, stuff like that. He's not an editing Nazi by any means. I was still able to run with ideas. I thought something should try. We should try it. He said, "Go for it. Let's see what happens." And even when we were sitting side by side, he would ask me a lot of times, "How do you feel about that?" And a lot of times we agreed on it. Let's trim this, or what about this take, or whatever. So it was a great. That was an awesome experience. Greg just, I don't know. He just gets it, and he really, even though he knows what he wants, he's very willing to accomplish it, which is great.
I think Aaron, myself, and Joe Fusco's the other editor. All of us realize that in a situation like this where there's 7 characters in a cabin, all those characters have little moments, and you want to preserve those moments, give them their moments. And sometimes the coverage doesn't give this moment. So maybe you have to sacrifice that moment. But if it's there in one of the takes, we would always go to that take.
Absolutely.
Alyssa, how physically demanding was the movie?
There were moments. There were definitely moments. I had some running. I had honestly, it was more vocally demanding than physically for me. A lot of screaming, but I've learned how to do it properly. But physically, I don't know. I had to do some running. There was movement outside, but I felt like everything was pretty organized and streamlined. It wasn't too much trouble. I've done like way more fight choreography in other films, so this was pretty breezy. It was great.
How does one learn to scream properly?
Well, you don't want to go right from your throat. You want the air you
right.
breathe, your diaphragm, just things like that. Yeah, it's the placement, so that can change.
Yeah, I should have known. Actually, the last movie I did, Our Man Funk, I had a very peculiar voice for it, and I did mess up my throat quite a bit and couldn't talk after I finished the movie for a few days, which probably a lot of people were happy about.
Alyssa is a real screamer, though. I mean, everyone in editing was impressed that she would hit it, scream, go out of character. I'd call action. She'd go right back into it. The sequence in the outhouse, like she's screaming all the time at different levels and really carried it off.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Kayla, since you're not a werewolf person, I don't know, are you a horror fan? If not, it's okay.
I feel like I used to be. Not as much anymore. I don't know why. I think I get kind of scared sometimes.
All right.
But the newer movies that are coming out, I try not to watch those because it makes me feel some type of way. But yeah, sometimes I like the old Halloween movies. Freddy Krueger. I like the old movies.
So what was it like to see the practical werewolves for the first time when you're working with them on set?
It was cool. I thought the journey of putting everything together and just everything that went with it, I thought it was really cool. And the different heads and the sculptures that they made, it was just cool to see it all.
And Greg, getting those made, your werewolves, because if you make a werewolf movie, you want the werewolves to look good. So first, I guess just like the design of them, how you want them to look, and then getting someone to make them.
The designs evolved without me, basically. I mean, we had a maquette that looked one way, and then we had an 18-inch rod puppet that looked different from the maquette, but I liked that rod puppet. And the idea was that the rod puppet would be identical to the full-size one, so it could cut back and forth between them. But as it turns out, it looked nothing like the full-size one. There were some challenges with the full-size one. They had to adapt it as we went on. And I had to bring in a second person to do additional werewolves while we were shooting that weren't ready until we were done shooting. So in my head, I was thinking this one will work for this, but I can supplement these shots with another one later on. For the climax, I don't know how many times we went back to that cabin. And sometimes it was just camera crew and werewolf. Sometimes Alyssa was there. Once Kayla was wrapped, she was wrapped. Once most of them were wrapped, they were wrapped. I had this plan that we would shoot in sequence, and as soon as the character got killed, then we'd be done with that actor. But of course, that type of scheduling didn't work for the effects guys, so I did have to space them out and not shoot sequentially like I thought we would. But the werewolves took time, and they went on and on. And Neal, I happen to have some werewolves with me right now.
Oh, sweet.
This is the second werewolf.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That looks good.
Oh, I'm in love with that guy.
And Rashad,
he looks great.
Rashad was on Face Off. He won season 6, and he just happened to be living in the area. This one did not come on set during principal. This was after post.
Ooh.
The mouth doesn't move. So when we need it to move, there's a smaller version, which is a hand puppet. The hand goes right in there to move the mouth.
Nice.
Ooh.
And it looks similar,
Yeah,
it's like the baby brother to the other one, but it is much smaller. It's about half the size.
That looks amazing, Gregory.
Yeah, I love it.
And you see a lot of this at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Because,
I don't want to spoil the movie. There's more than one werewolf.
Yeah, it is a pack of werewolves, and it's a siege film, sort of like Assault on Precinct 13. And At the end, they all get in, and there's a big Aaron blowing them away. And so originally, I figured one werewolf would stunt double for all of them. You know, like the old cowboy movies where they would shoot the Indian off the horse, and then he'd ride by on a different horse, you know, and they change his hair and they shoot him again. So basically like that. But as it turns out, we had one full suit. Then we had this full suit. Then we had the 18-inch rod puppet, which is only in one shot, really. And then we had the hand puppet. So we had like 4 different versions doubling for many.
Nice. And Rashad has been on the show before, a few years ago, I believe.
Oh, right. I watched it when you told me that. You know, funny thing, he was living here. He had messaged me independently just to let me know he was out there, but he wasn't really part of this community. He lived in Batavia, which is a bit of ways. And then he was in Akron. And now he and his girlfriend, who's also an FX artist, they bought a van and they're off the grid and they're traveling around the country.
Oh wow! All right, well, cool. Yeah, he's a super talented guy. So yeah, I hope he stays involved in making cool stuff.
He says if I need him to give him a call. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but there you go.
You need like
and
a
the other
smoke
guys, John Vincent and Mike Bowes, they did the stop motion animation at the end of Johnny Gruesome when the skeleton comes up. They did the stop motion for the creature in Widow's Point that appears at the end at the lighthouse.
Nice.
So they're more local, and they're not off the grid. They're still here.
All right.
But, you know, it's a very ambitious to attempt a monster movie on this kind of budget. It was not realistic, but I had to do it. And it posed challenges. But, you know, 90% of filmmaking, unfortunately, is problem solving, and we solve the problems.
So we're streaming this all over the place. So I can only really see the comments on YouTube, but I appreciate when they're wherever you're watching. But I did happen to see on Facebook, Ramsey. In all seriousness, I'm very much looking forward to this film. I hope it gets a screening out here in LA sometime. I love seeing films on the big screen. And he also wants to know what were our thoughts on Teen Wolf.
There is one I'm waiting to hear from, which is in California. So it's possible, Ramsey. Thank you.
All right, very cool. Yeah, I know some theaters in Boston maybe would play it. I don't know if you're interested.
Well, the problem is that it's going to be out so fast.
That's true.
That they may not be interested. I originally thought it was going to come out in September or October, so I didn't plan a festival run. Then when I found out it wasn't going to be out until near Thanksgiving, I kind of scrambled to get into some. And I wanted them to be festivals that I could attend. So except for the one in Puerto Rico, which I really wish I was going to because I love those guys, I'm trying to go to all the few that we're in.
As someone who runs a festival yourself for, 15 years, I think, and you go to many, what would you tell people out there, the filmmakers and actors, anyone in film, what the benefits are of not only having your film in a festival, but attending that festival?
I hear from a lot of people that I spoil them with mine because we spend a lot of time communicating with people and promoting every film as much as we can. And that's not the way they all are. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's all about it's the best we can get, the closest we can get to a theatrical release. And I know, people get very excited when they get award nominations or if they win an award, and that's all cool, but it's really kind of irrelevant. It's just another excuse to talk about the film. What really matters is getting eyes on the film. You've made this friggin' film. You want people to see it, ideally in a theater if possible. If it's got to be at one of these convention ones in a banquet room, so be it. But, I mean, movies are meant to be seen by people with crowds. And these films are almost all straight to VOD. So if you want to see it, you either four-wall it, like that guy Mike Caravella from Astral Plane Drifter, who's going all over the country. He does his own screenings. He does festivals. I mean, that guy, he's really old school as far as getting his film seen by so many people and building an audience. And that's what it's about, building an audience, building a fan base, people who will remember it when it does come out, people who will recommend it, hopefully. To me, it's the whole, tree falls in the woods. We're making movies. At this point in time, movies are still meant to be seen on the screen if possible, even though they're going to wind up in the other formats.
Yeah, I mean, I go to the movies almost every week, so yeah, I love.
know
And
you
at a festival, it's probably your only chance to see. We're talking about feature here, but short films is probably your only chance to see those with an audience on the screen.
Yeah, no, it's true. I think festivals are going to keep going. They're going to be strong. They may change into something else. I mean, it may not be about awards at some point. Maybe it'll get into revenue sharing if they become profitable. But I think they're going to turn into a much bigger aspect of the indie scene than they already are.
Yeah, they've definitely grown over the last, I don't know, 10 years or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big.
But a lot of them disappear because the people who
yeah,
put them on think, oh, this is a good way to make money. And they don't realize how much work goes into doing it and how little money there is for the months of work that go into it. I mean, 15 years I've done it. Trust me, it's not because it's allowing me to buy a new car. Everyone who's worked on the film has seen my car. It's definitely about love of film.
I always mention your film festivals on the show when I talk about my favorites. Yours, I like Boston Underground Film Festival. I do like festivals that are one screen. The bigger, quote unquote, big festivals, that's cool, but there is something special, I think, about watching all the films together one screen. It's more of a community aspect. And I think you are honestly, I think you're the best Q&A guy at the festivals. Not just because you're on here, but I think you have a different perspective than a lot of people. And I've always liked your.
Yeah, you've always said that.
Yeah,
Always,
even before I was
say that even when I'm not on.
Well, on any time you've been on, he's always said that.
Sometimes I actually watch the show when I'm not on, and I hear you say it. So
yeah. Well, I should stop saying that just because you're here. I like your movie. I do know I say that probably only when I actually like someone's movie, but I should not say that anymore. But so Kayla said like your family, not necessarily horror people. What about just like movies, acting? Were they supportive of you becoming an actor?
Yeah, of course. When I first started, they definitely were supportive of me. I've always been, outgoing and always performing for the camera and singing and trying to get everybody together and just creative all the time. I got so many things that I've done outside of acting. I have my own children's show that I have on Amazon Prime.
Oh, nice.
Pika and Friends. And then I also started directing and producing and writing my own movies along with my boyfriend. We have a production company called K-Moosh. So we just started that, and we've got 2 movies on Amazon Prime and Tubi. So
wow.
Very supportive.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's excellent.
Congrats to you. That's so awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Greg suggested I do a kid show with puppets. Yeah. What was that, Greg?
I said I told you she's very busy.
Yeah. Very cool. Alyssa, are you a horror movie fan since you've been in a few?
I am. Yeah, I'm open to pretty much any genre, but definitely I feel like Buffalo is like a horror movie hub. So it's kind of like impossible to not be a fan of it. You're just not going to watch most of what's being made in the indie scene. But yeah, I don't get scared very easily, but I think it's very fascinating. I love horror films. I do.
What were being ones, not maybe your favorite ones, but what horror movies like made you become a fan of horror movies?
Well, I can tell you my favorite, The Thing. The practical effects, I love it. So
yeah, I think that's a perfect movie. Like the effects, the story, the acting, and also similar to Frenzy Moon, where it's got the claustrophobic feel and everyone's paranoia was the word I'm looking for. It's got the paranoia feel.
Yeah, I know there was some inspiration. And yeah, but I love The Thing. That was definitely something that really got me into it. Trying to think of other ones. I mean, I just watched new ones that come out. Barbarian was crazy. Yeah, those are just a couple that I like, but I like generally most of them. Talk to Me was very good.
Yeah, I love them.
I love that one too.
Mm-hmm.
And their follow-up film, Bring Her Back. Oh yeah, I thought that was one of the best movies of the year.
That was spooky as hell.
Yeah, very, very dark. And I always have to mention anytime someone brings up the thing, the board game is excellent too. So if you like the movie, I recommend the board game. If you're a board game,
we should have a Frenzy Moon board game.
That would be sweet. Yeah.
After
I'm
watching
down.
The Thing, I've always been secretly kind of scared of huskies for some reason.
Oh, really? Interesting. Especially if they're half eaten. Stay away from them.
Like I
With
see
their
them, I'm
tentacles
like,
coming out of them.
Yeah, after- I'm more afraid of was that?
I did build a movie as The Howling meets The Thing in our crowdfunding campaign.
Nothing wrong with that.
Aaron and I both understood right away that he was basically McReady.
Yes.
And I mean, I definitely don't want to spoil anything here, but I definitely took the ending of the thing, the final moments, and took that a step further and gave my answer.
Ooh.
Within our scenario, there's a definitive answer.
You already
Tara's
had me
eyes lit up.
hooked. Now I'm crazy. Now I want to see it.
Aaron, I probably have asked you this before, but you yourself, a horror movie fan?
Huge. Oh yeah, absolutely. I've become more drawn to them over the years than anything else. Really, I'm a crime guy, I'm a noir guy, I'm a western guy, and I'm a horror guy. My favorites are The Thing, obviously. I'm also a huge fan of Prince of Darkness. I love Prince of Darkness. I almost think I like Prince of Darkness even a little more than The Thing, which is kind of sacrilege to myself in some ways, but it's just amazing. There's just something about both of those movies, obviously.
It's got Alice Cooper. I mean,
yeah, well, right.
I was going to say, The Thing doesn't have an Alice Cooper song.
exactly.
That's fair. And Alien, which to me it's a perfect movie. Alien's a perfect movie. There's no flaws with Alien. I'm a big fan of like Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors. I think that one's just fantastic overall. I go back to a lot of slasher stuff, 80s, 90s, The Burning, which was filmed here, I believe, as well. Modern stuff, it depends. I really like Mike Flanagan's Hush. Thought that was excellent. So I'm a lot into psychological horror, like slasher, blood and guts kind of stuff. I mean, it goes all over the place. But yeah,
well, that's what I like about horror movies. It depends what mood I'm in. I can watch I'm a huge fan of. I've said this before in the show, but like two of my favorite movies are Basket Case and Taxi Driver, and I realize one's probably better than the other one, but I've had equal amount of enjoyment from both movies. So.
Well, you could say in some ways that Taxi Driver has horror themed elements. Sure, you could.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you really want to break it down, or stuff.
Yeah, even though this is a horror show, I don't really get concerned too much about genre. If I like a movie, I like a movie.
Taxi Driver can be a horror film.
Absolutely.
Just like Deliverance can be a horror film. They don't have to be supernatural. It's frightening how similar Aaron and I are on so many things, and how there's just that one fucking thing that separates us.
Well, Greg is finally admitting a flaw in his life.
I'm sorry. One of us has to maintain critical standards, and that would be me.
So Greg and I differ greatly on Sylvester Stallone's masterpiece, Cobra.
All right.
Where Greg refuses to acknowledge the beauty in a grown man cutting pizza with scissors.
At Neal and I, our favorite pizza place, they don't cut the pizza; they give you the pizza shears.
Yeah, they give you shears. It's the first time it was very strange.
You're still growing, Aaron.
I know.
Tara does not seem impressed by the pizza scissors, but
I'm very unimpressed by that. Like, you have to cut it with scissors yourself?
Yeah, they give you the whole pizza uncut, and then they don't just give you like a pair of scissors laying on the table. They have I don't know if they're specific pizza shears or something.
They are indeed. Yeah, at Figadini's in Providence, Rhode Island.
That's great. What's fantastic about Cobra and the pizza cutting is it's this like 2-day-old pizza. He cuts it right
fresh.
and you know you just know, because that was when Stallone was beyond ego. He actually, the writer of the book that it's based on, Paula Gosling, I believe her name is, he approached her asking her to give him a co-writer credit on her book. So you just know, that he came up in his mind. So I think I should cut this pizza. You know that was a Stallone. It had to be a Stallone thing. That can't be in the script. Cobra sits down and cuts a piece of pizza with scissors. You know that Sly thought that up, and he's like, it's got to be on the movie.
I don't even remember. I just remember. Doesn't he kill someone with a buzzsaw? He just throws a buzzsaw and right through their head.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
To be fair, it's not a movie; it's a music video. So didn't apply.
An hour and a half music video.
Not quite an hour and a half. I think it's 80 minutes.
Oh, okay. It's
right up to Rocky IV on the running time.
Now I want to cut some pizza. It kind of sounds fun now.
There you go, Tara.
We sold you on it. Well, when you're out here for Arbor Day, we'll cut some pizza.
Yeah.
Well, Nasty Neal and I, we have
really
like
stupid.
a blood feud over Tiny Chef. So, I can feel your pain.
Over what?
I don't think you've ever seen it. Tiny Chef. It's a fantastic show.
No, I've never seen Tiny Chef.
I think people know that I just cannot tell a lie. So Aaron knows that he can trigger me by saying that Cobra is a great movie.
Oh, okay.
All right. But I remember what I was going to say, because you said about 80 minutes. I won't say the movie, but I just watched the movie, and it ended. It was like 70-something minutes in the movie, and it still had like quite a bit, because it was a screener, and I was like, oh, this must be a fake ending. And then I just sat there and watched it, and it was like 15 minutes of never-ending credits. And I was like, they literally just made these credits so long so it would be 90 minutes. It was very weird. It was very weird.
But I should fess up that Frenzy Moon is only 81 minutes. It was designed to be an 80-minute movie.
I think that's a good time, honestly.
I think so too, and I just figured it would allow me to spend more time on the stuff that I thought was important. So I whittled it down. Unfortunately, I whittled it down too far because when some of the effects didn't work, some of the ending had to go, and then our running time was short. So this film has 2 cold opens instead of 1 because I had to meet the contractual running time. So we had to go back and shoot the sequence in the snow.
What was so how when you had to reshoot something like that, a fairly big scene, like how much does that add to the cost of the movie?
Not that much. I mean, really, it was more the fact that I showed a fine cut to the distributor, which was a mistake. Because, of course, they're going to want changes. He wanted more werewolf action in the beginning, which I wasn't opposed to. Because the cold open wasn't as intense as I wanted to. But I had basically 3 days to come up with what the new material was going to be and shoot it. And get everybody psyched to go shoot it and create these new characters. So Paul McGinnis and Daniel Baker, who are the hunters in the woods, they weren't going to be in the film originally. And what I did just so that it wouldn't be weird having 2 cold opens is I used that as a way to introduce Aaron's character. So at least it does lead into the main body of the film.
Yeah.
But there was snow on the ground. We got in a snowstorm. We started shooting this film 2 days after Amazing Fantasy Fest last year because Chad Ridgely was in town for another movie. He's one of the people who gets killed in the beginning. And I had Caitlin from Widow's Point come out. And then I had 2 weeks, and then we shot the main body of the film. And then a couple of weeks later, we got Alyssa's scenes in the outhouse. And then we started reshooting special effects. There's a point in the film where it starts snowing. That was never in the script. That was just nature taking its toll. So we were shooting little things probably right up until March. And we had to deliver April 1st.
So I love Frenzy Moon. Not again. I should stop saying that, but not just because you guys are here. Really fun movie. I am a big werewolf guy, and not just fun. I think it's really well acted. Aaron, I think you're great in it. I think everyone here is great in it, honestly. And so I'm excited for people to see it. I'd love to see it in a theater, and so that's the best place to see a movie if you can, in a theater with people. But it's still cool to see it at home when it comes out. And do you know, well, it'll be streaming and a physical release, or will it just be streaming?
So it will be streaming, and there will be a physical release, but the physical release won't be until the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Because the people producing it are backed up. So it's kind of weird that it'll be streaming and then a DVD or Blu-ray will be out, but that's the way it is.
I think that's cool. You can rent it for a minimum amount, and then if you like it, buy the Blu-ray and get all the cool specials and just the physical thing itself.
Yeah, and when low budget films come out, they're cheap to rent. Like,
they're
barely even $10. I mean, sometimes they're 10 and go down to 5, but usually they come out super cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so don't go download it. Like you can rent it.
I will definitely be renting it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one either.
Yeah.
So, Aaron, where can people follow you to see what you're up to? Not back to your house, but online.
You can follow me on Facebook, Aaron Krygier Actor, Krygeier. I also have my own website, aaronkrygier.com, for my acting exploits on IMDb. And,
sounds good. Kayla, where can people follow you? And also, I'm interested to see your kid show.
Yeah, my kid show, you can find that on Amazon and YouTube for Kika and Friends, and then my Instagram is official Kayla Malika.
She sings in that show. She writes songs. She sings. It's like a full-blown show that she swings on a budget. Very impressive.
Thank you. Yes, I try.
That's very cool. Yeah. Alyssa, how about yourself? Where can people see what you're up to?
I'm most active on Instagram. It's just my name, Alyssa Grace Adams.
And do you have, obviously we're talking about Frenzy Moon. Anything else in the works?
Who are you asking?
Oh, for you, Alyssa, yeah.
Oh, well, right now I'm actually getting formal training at the William Esper Studio in Manhattan in New York City. So a lot of my time is dedicated to that at the moment. But I hope to be exploring the film scene here. Yeah, but right now it's mostly just my training that I'm focusing on.
All right. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And Greg, where can people follow you to see what you're up to?
My name in any of these social media things, not Twitter, but any place else. About. Alyssa, are you going to the New York screening?
I believe I am, yes. And I have to tell my friends about it and be like, come on, get tickets, because they're going to sell out.
It just happens that Alyssa and Jacob Applegate, who's the fellow with the blonde hair, who only makes it through half the film, they're both in New York City at this point. So when we do the New York screening, they can be there.
And it's Halloween. So fun.
Yeah, there's nothing like going through Times Square on Halloween. Let me tell you, it's not crowded at all.
So, what date's the New York screening?
That is Halloween.
Oh, Halloween night. Oh, okay. Sweet.
Oh, that's too cool.
And what's cool about that is I really wanted a New York City screening once I figured, okay, I'm going to do some. I've got family I've got to check up on, and it's hard, Like some of the festivals out there, they know who they're going to show months in advance. And I found there's one little festival that is held in it's the AMT International Film Festival. It's held in the AMT Theater, which is a little like off-Broadway theater, literally 45th Street and Broadway. It's got 99 seats. And they put on plays and stuff all the time. And they just happened to do this festival. And they were looking for horror films. And I just I wanted to rent the theater. And they were like, oh, well, we got this festival. And boom, boom, boom. One thing led to another. And we got the prime slot. And Hope Muehlbauer, who was the assistant director on the film, she's been on the show before. Her short film, Jane and the Brain, will be showing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and so I met her at Buffalo Dreams Fantastic Film Festival. She was like, she had a movie there. She was like I believe she was a teenager still at the time, and she had already left. But you were like, you called her and like, you should come and do this interview with Neal for Without Your Head because it would help get your name out there and stuff. And then to see her like, continue making movies and working on other movies.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I also think that was nice of you to be supportive of, a young person that you saw a lot in.
I try.
Hope
Some people make it easier than others, and it was easy with her.
Yeah, Hope is incredible.
Hope is amazing.
Yeah, Hope's awesome.
Awesome gal, super talented, always willing to help. She's can't say enough nice things about her.
Yeah, and
I will
Jason Brennan's
say,
really good.
She was a PA on Widow's Point. She was second AD on Guns of Eden, and I kind of had her figured as being somebody who could become like a production coordinator in offices on bigger films. But she wants to be on set. She doesn't want to go that route. And I wasn't really ready for her to be first AD, but she started first ADing on other films. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to ask you to be second AD when you first AD'd for somebody else. On Slasher Days, actually.
Yeah.
So she stepped up, and her boyfriend was our camera operator, and
Nice.
Chris Cosgrave, who shot Guns of Eden, shot this, and we had a great camera crew. It's a great looking film, I got to say.
Yeah. Did you ever aspirations to act, Greg, or you just always wanted to be a filmmaker?
No. I acted in fourth grade in a play called The Gumdrop Dragon, and even with my back to the audience, I froze and couldn't remember my line. I have done a line here and a line there. I'll have you know, I did a cameo in Sam Qualiana's Snow Shark, Ancient Snow Beast, and one review actually said that one line was the best performance in the entire film. So apparently, I have it.
All right, very good. All right, thanks everybody for doing this. It was really fun.
Yeah, thank you all so
Thanks
much.
for having us.
Alyssa,
So much.
Yeah.
nice meeting you.
Anytime. Yeah, Aaron, Kayla, Alyssa, Greg, and all of you are always welcome back whenever.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Best of luck on everything.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all.
Virtual handshake. I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Handshake.
Now I'm going to make this less awkward, and I'm just going to kick you guys out. All right.
Boom.
Okay, good night.
I'm
Bye.
I guess it's more awkward when you're the last person there. Oh, now we're
I
very
know, it was
close.
like Russian roulette there.
Yeah.
It's like Russian roulette.
Yeah. I always
Who's the
hate
last one?
kicking people out of the show, but I realize it's probably better than just like saying bye for 20 minutes.
It's got to be kind of fun, though.
Yeah, it is fun. Just the awkward, like, what the hell do we do now? Like, when are we going to leave?
So I've
Yeah.
got some. Go on.
Oh, no, I was just
Oh,
saying,
sorry.
it seems like that would be really fun to be all and done, you know.
Yeah. So we did a werewolf month a few years ago. We should do that again sometime and try to get some cool guests on.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love
There's tons of great werewolf stuff.
So we've got Ghost Month coming up, which is going to culminate in the Ghost Show. This is Tara's idea, not to put pressure on Tara here, but so she has some fun ideas. I think we're going to use a live Ouija board on the show.
Yes.
I think we should. I don't know. I hope this isn't offensive to anybody. I think we should try to interview like Vincent Price or Boris Karloff.
Oh, I love that.
That may
Edgar
offend
Allan
people. I don't
Poe.
know. All
I
right.
don't think it's offensive. I think that's fun.
Yeah, I dig it.
I'm going to take a
Have
bathroom
you-
break really quick.
All right. We'll play. I'm gonna play some type of a trailer of some sort. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and I've got a bunch of trailers to play and some stuff to talk about upcoming shows here. So we'll be back here very briefly.
Look who's here!
guess I'm next. I should never have come here.
Hi, I'm Andrew, and I play Percy. I'm the happy-go-lucky nerd, from what I understand.
So how did you get involved?
Well, the director came into the place I work, and he was like, hey, you want to be in a movie after coming in a couple of times? I was like, sure, I'd love to be in a movie, because...
That's not exactly what happened. I mentioned I was making a movie, and Andrew also mentioned about acting, and then I was actually thinking of wanting him to get involved, and then Andrew actually asked me.
Yeah, other people are here, by the way. Here is the other two. We're filming for behind the scenes, and yeah, that is what happened, but pretty much he was just like, you want to be in a movie? And I was like, yes, I want to be in a movie.
So I don't know if you know this, but your character wasn't even in the film at all, even when it was a short, and I wrote it specifically for you.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so honored. It's gonna be fun. I haven't been in a movie. I've done a couple acting. I was in 3 musicals. When I was little, I was a snow crab, and that was pretty fun. And then that's when I discovered I like acting. And then I was in another musical that was Emperor's New Clothes. Yes, Emperor's New Clothes. And that was a lot of fun. I was the bad guy, and that was good times. I like being the bad guy sometimes.
So when we filmed the trailer, what was that experience like?
That was fun. We basically just had a lot of fun with it. We walked wherever we wanted to go, and then we also recorded a few lines. We did a lot of fun things like pointing at stuff, being scared of stuff. It was a lot of fun. Right now, we did some pictures for, I believe, marketing reasons. I don't know what to say.
This director seems to keep you in the dark a lot.
Yeah, I basically am by the seat of my pants. Like, we just scheduled this out yesterday, and no, I'm just kidding. No, he's pretty good. It's just, it takes a while to make a movie, and we're trying to put all we can into it, so.
So early on, when I first started talking to you, it was going to be a short film. Yes. But I think pretty early on when you were involved, it became a feature film.
Yeah, I was told it was a feature film from the very beginning.
Okay.
It was never a short film from my end. And that's why I was super excited, is because I heard, you're going to be a movie star. And I said, let's be a movie star.
Are you nervous at all?
Yeah, extremely nervous. That's why I talk a lot.
All right. Well, yeah, and you're aware that you're actually one of the featured performers in the film.
I am aware. I have been told very many times that I'm a special role, and I don't know how to feel about that, because I don't know. I don't feel special, but I'll take whatever I can get.
So what are you looking forward to, and what are you nervous about?
I'm looking forward to being in a movie, and I'm nervous about being in a movie. I want something that's good that my family enjoys watching.
So you want people to check this out?
Yeah, of course. Hey, anyone else out there? They might not be back. Oh, there she is. Yes.
Hello.
Welcome back. How about Troy?
Fancy meeting you here.
Troy, your camera's not on.
Oh, okay. I'm hiding.
Maybe that's by design. What are you doing over there?
Troy, what are you doing?
Doing evil things.
Evil things?
Yep. I was trying to gate a demon.
Fair enough. Yeah, that sounds good. So I mentioned ghost shows coming up this weekend. We're gonna try to. We will definitely have a meeting about ghost show and getting Tara's costume and look ready for Lunadet for Arbor Day.
Yes, I have so many ideas.
Excellent. That's gonna be You're gonna be perfect for the role, and it's gonna be fun. Main thing's have fun.
Thank you. That's very kind.
Welcome. So I haven't shown this guy for a while. I haven't worked on him for a little while because he's basically done. I just have to put all the pieces together. Well, I actually do have. I'm gonna sew him a robe.
Ooh.
But this is the first puppet I've ever made, Master Wog.
I mean, that's really impressive that you made that, Neil, honestly.
Oh, yeah. He's great.
You.
I think he's fantastic.
Like...
So I kind of want to voice him, but we do have a voice for him. You can
still voice him around your house, you know?
Yeah. You could do a spin-off.
Yep.
True. So he will be he's going to be in Arbor Day. He's also going to be in another feature film being filmed next year. A local friend of mine who made Round the Decay, which was a really great movie. People haven't seen
that movie.
And he was like, "Can I use Master Zog in this movie?" It's a sword and sorcery movie, so it's like and I was like, "Well, the character is supposed to be like an ancient character, so it actually would work." So the Arbor Day universe will expand. The Master Zog.
I love it. That's awesome.
Wow, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, he's going to be the big star, the breakout star of the movie. So Master Zog. So I'm not
kick the rest of us to the curb.
So originally he was Master Wog, and then I had some friends in England. They're like, "Do you realize that that's a racial slur?" It's like, I was like, "No, I did not know that." So I was like, "I'll change it." So I changed him to Zog, and then people are like, "Did you know that Zog? It's like this acronym for like some kind of white supremacist thing." So I'm like,
"Oh no!"
Like
I guess I'll come up
trending at this point.
Yeah, I was just like,
okay, Wog. Did you know it's actually a phrase that's offensive against walruses? Like,
yeah.
So,
we can't win on that one.
We just can't.
So maybe I'll just call him. I don't want. Not Steve. That's my name in the movie. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But.
Just Master Z or something.
Yeah. All right. So any new things in the world of Tara Hutchison?
Oh, just planning for the ghost show and planning Without Your Head promo.
Nice.
Yeah, so doing that, which I'm very excited for. And then I'm going to be throwing a Halloween party at my house. And I'm very excited. So I'm like decorating and getting it together. I wish you guys could be there. I wish we didn't live so far.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
100%.
What are all my friends I want to be there? And I'm like, oh yeah, some of my friends live like really far away. But if you were here, you'd be invited to the Halloween party. And
we appreciate that.
We'll be there in spirit, right?
Yeah. And we'll be out here for Arbor Day and hopefully some conventions together down the road. I think we might all be at Mad Monster Party next year.
That'd be badass.
Ooh, and we have a Without Your Head booth. Oh, that would be so fun. We could have the wheel there.
Oh,
yeah, it'd be, all right.
And I noticed that Mad Monster, if you have a bowl of candy, it makes people really happy, especially if it's chocolate.
I think that's probably it's probably not just Mad Monster. Probably if you have a bowl of candy anywhere, it makes people happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Always makes me happy.
And like, so you're thinking of coming to Arizona?
Yeah, for Mad Monster next year.
Oh yes, if we could vend there, I would rent a hotel room, and that would be so fun.
Yeah, my friend Eben, who runs it, he invites Without Your Head there all the time.
Super nice guy, really good.
I am warning you. It's going to be hot as balls.
Yeah,
Like-
but yeah, we'll probably be in the hotel, I guess, most of the time.
Yeah.
The convention hall gets real sweaty. Just a heads up, because all the
All right.
bodies there, and it's like the hottest time of the summer. I don't know why they do it in. The
Yeah, I don't know why they do it in July. You think like you would rent a place? I guess maybe they get it. It's off season for.
Yeah.
People don't really want to rent a place in Arizona
Well,
in the summer.
Kind of like then he has the one in the winter in Chicago.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you can freeze to death in the winter and then broil. So, you know,
Mhm.
I think Eben's just an evil man. I think that's what it is.
It's horror.
Yeah.
You
I'm
will.
gonna
be-
hire some people just to walk around fanning me
I like it.
and feeding
Well,
me
I
grapes.
actually the past couple times I've vended there, I have a fan and I plug it in, and I have it
Alright.
going up towards me. And then other vendors sometimes I feel bad because they're all they're dying, and I'll just angle the fan to them, and they're all,
Nice.
"Oh, thank you," and I'm like, "You're welcome." Like,
They're all like, let's go over there. They've got candy and a fan.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
exactly.
you know how it is. Like you make friends with the vendors around you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, yeah. That's how that's how I made friends with a lot of people through the festival scene.
It gets sticky. I tell you what, man.
Now you're
And
trying to talk
enemies
it out
as
of it.
well. Some enemies.
Some enemies
Well-
too. Really?
So I think it's the only person I've ever had an issue with at any convention or festival is Ian White, who's this tall actor who played he played the Wall in
Just
Game
in
of
the one
Thrones.
season of Game
Yeah.
of Thrones.
He played a Predator in one of the Predator movies.
Wait, who in the Game of Thrones? I just finished watching that show for the
The
first
Wall, but he wasn't in through the whole show. He played the Wall just in one season.
The
'Cause
Mountain.
then they replaced him.
The Mountain.
The Mountain. That's
Yeah.
the Mountain.
That was like his character name?
Mhm.
He's one of the. Are they Gregor? He's the Hound's brother.
Oh, what? That's cool.
Yeah.
But he was only the Mountain in the first season, and then they changed the actor.
Probably because he's an asshole.
Yeah, that could be to the world's strongest man. I forget his name.
Cool.
So,
But
we're
this
at,
guy's not just tall. This guy is 7'3".
yeah, he's yeah,
like
he's
the
a giant.
tallest guy I've ever met. You know.
So we have the Without Your Head booth. He's directly next to us. So it's like arm length between me and Ian White. So he's there and we're talking all weekend. Sunday comes around. That's usually when I do the interviews because people are less busy. And not only were there, I was doing the panels, like hosting the panels. And so the last day, Sunday, I was like, Ian, can we get an interview with you? And he goes, don't take this the wrong way. Well, first of all, he just says, he says, don't take this the wrong way. I will not, I don't want to be seen on camera with you. And I was just like, what the, like, how do I take that the right way? Like, I'm not really sure, like, what other way there is to that. So it's like, I was honestly very offended because and like, you kind of shot, didn't know what to say at that point. And I was like,
Well, then Neal even gave him like an out. He's like, well, if you don't want to do a video, could you just do an audio clip, you know, and say like, you know, this is Ian White you're listening to Without Your Head.
And then he said he will not endorse me
in any way, anything you're associated with.
So
Watch out for him.
So we left and we were I was hosting a panel. We come back. So it was me, Troy, and John, Jittery John used to host the show. We started the show. And John's like, Neal, let's not go back to the table. I was like, why? Like, what? He's like, no, let's do it. So we go back to the table. So Ian White's there, our table, and then there's just a row of all the podcast people there waiting to interview Ian White. And Ian White did an interview with every podcast there except for Without Your Head. And
I had never seen Neal so offended. I had never seen him so incensed by anything.
No, I'm usually a pretty easygoing guy. And so if you watch the videos from that show, like I'm asking like John Kassir, who played the Crypt Keeper, I'm like, what would you do if a guy, and I go into the whole story. They're all like kind of confused, but so then that night we're eating in the restaurant in the hotel. And so it's me, Troy, John, our friend John Dugan, who played the grandpa in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, comes in. I tell him the story, and then right as we're finishing the story, Ian White walks in and he goes up to the bar, and he goes to sit, and he even turns around like he's a big star and waves to everyone. And John Dugan says really loud, he's like, "Neal, I'll do an interview with you anytime. In fact, come on up to my hotel room and bring the camera." And Ian White turns around and then just like he kind of puts his head down, like,
yeah, you can visibly see the man shrink as John's like just so verbose with the whole story.
And then to top it off, Troy's like, "Oh yeah, my brother and John, the 2 5'6" guys, are picking a fight with the 7 foot tall guy."
I'm like, yeah, I'm the biggest guy at the table. Yeah, thanks. You know.
Wow, what a story, huh?
Yeah,
it was weird. It was so bizarre.
And I've been told, Jason used to do the reviews for us. He says, because I've told the story a bunch of times since then, but he said, if you watch me tell the story the first time on camera when we were there live, like you could tell how like upset I was. So I was mad.
Oh yeah.
And
it was
now
funny
I kind of laugh about it, but
he told everybody, like Tom Savini, he's like, "How would you feel if some guy told you this?" And it was the best.
I had a vendor like neighbor once during I think it was the last Mad Monster I did.
By the way, that was not Mad Monster. It was Days of the Dead. I'm sorry, but go on, Tara.
Days of the Dead. But as a Mad Monster, it was this guy, and remember how I was telling you about like the fan? Mm-hmm. Well, I come the second day, and the fan that I had was completely destroyed.
No,
like the top was like busted out, like the fan was like fucked. Wow. And I was like, "What happened to the fan?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, sorry. Oh, I borrowed it, and I don't know what happened." And then just like ran away. And I was like, "What happened to the fan?" And then I guess he ended up getting kicked out.
Wow.
And when he was getting kicked out, he had like a dramatic exit. And he was like, "I guess I'm getting kicked out." And he like had all these like White Claws, and he was all, "You can have them. I hate this event." And he just left, and I'm like,
"You had this crazy drama queen. That's awesome."
Yeah, I'm like, "What happened?" And
he wasn't a 7'2" British guy, was he?
No. But like, it was so funny, like, because I guess he was causing problems for everyone. He was like borrowing people's chargers, not returning them, borrowing people's outlets, hogging them, breaking fans. Don't know how he did that. Like, I don't know how he just destroyed the fan. So I was like, great.
Yeah,
it's going to be hot.
Usually a fan's pretty tough to like, break even if you wanted to.
Yeah, it was like decimated. I was like, how did he do this? I don't understand.
I'll always remember the first convention that we went to, and we were at our table, and this like pleasant enough but kind of sleazy guy comes up to the table, and he goes directly to Neal, strangely enough, and says, "Hey, how would you like to videotape 2 hot chicks making out in a body bag?" And Neal, being a sensible guy, thinks about it for a second and a half and said, "Yes, sir. Yes, I would like to do that." And then this guy ushers him away. And then we find out that he actually made this magazine, which was, what was it? It was Girls and Corpses.
Girls and Corpses magazine.
Oh, I've heard of that before, actually.
Yeah. So that led to me doing a lot of stuff with Corpsey from Girls. Every time we go to some of our other friends, they would joke. They'd be like, "Oh, this is the part of the convention when Neal becomes a pornographer."
Yep.
Film stuff for him.
It's just like a bridge to it.
Some of my that actually got me suspended off YouTube for several months.
Oh, no way. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. It wasn't really that bad, but like, yeah, they said it was pornography. It was two girls making out in a body bag, and then there was some other stuff that I filmed for him. That sounds it honestly wasn't as bad as it's.
No,
but what was
I want to see it now.
I'm trying to see if I have any pictures of it. Honestly, I think I took the videos off YouTube because it got us.
Oh yeah, if you got into trouble for them, I don't blame you.
Would a photo get you banned?
Nah, and plus I think YouTube is actually more lenient now.
Probably.
Can't be any worse than those thong yoga videos.
People usually like them when I make those.
You should do it, Troy.
That could be my next career. You never know.
You never know. People are like, yeah, give me more of that beard.
That's it.
Yeah, I've got some videos here. Me, you know Lawrence Harvey of Human Centipede 2?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, him getting a lap dance at one of the Girls and Corpses pageants. Trying to, I can't find any of the ones that actually got me like kicked off though.
That's probably good.
You don't want to get re-kicked off. They're all, what do we say, Neil? What did we say?
Yeah, we don't want to get
no body bags.
Man, I can't find the. It was because in the first year they did that pageant.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Anyway, I can't find them. I'll find them at some point. I don't want to just. But along those lines, though, this new movie, Big Boobenstein.
That's good.
That's a great name.
Yeah, Big Boobenstein. Yeah, so they've got the campaign up from our friend Ty Chaman, who's been on the show several times. Actually, he helped make a movie that they brought up earlier, Summer Day, Slasher Days of Summer. So yeah, he would like to come on with Big Boobenstein herself here and talk about their movie. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing!
That would be fun.
That could be like the next Frankenhooker. You never know.
Exactly.
I would love to meet her. She's gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
So I will tell her tell them both we're definitely in. So Big Boobenstein, the movie, join in for double deals on these juicy set of perks. Is what it says over on their. Mel Heflin is the actress who plays the lead.
That's so cool.
So that looks
I'd
fun.
love to meet her.
Yeah, and Ty's really cool guy. So I'm excited about this. I think I feel bad because I think he had asked me to send in a tape trying to audition actually for one of the roles.
Oh no way!
What?
Yeah, I feel really bad about that.
What did you do, Neil?
Oh, here we go.
Too late.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've already cast it. I wouldn't have been Big Boobenstein, but I think I would have been like either the Igor character or one of the doctor characters.
Oh, that would rock though.
So I did find this is me and the winner of the Girls and Corpses pageant from the first year.
Wow, that girl's gorgeous.
Yeah, she had kind of that Betty Page thing going on. She
really definitely deserved to win.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
dang.
Cool. All right. But she was not the one that actually got me kicked off. It was two other people just making out in a body bag.
The runner-ups.
Yeah, they didn't even win.
That's not even that scandalous.
Nah, yeah, none of it was really that bad. It wasn't like anything that shocking or anything. I don't even know where the popcorn goes, but these are the new Halloween Michael Myers popcorn bucket.
Wow. Is there a new
cool.
Halloween coming out, or
I think that's Halloween 2 when the blood comes out of his eyes.
Oh, okay.
Where can you get one of those?
It's Cinemark. I don't think we have any Cinemarks here. They
Is
might
that
be
a
out in
British
Arizona.
one?
No, I think it's on the West Coast. I think they're. I know
okay.
they're in LA, but I don't know if they're in Arizona.
I've never been to a Cinemark.
Harkins and AMC here.
You get
AMC usually gives you the good buckets too, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go see it this weekend.
Todd's waiting for Big Dickenstein. He says.
I'll watch it.
Well, maybe that's what we'll make after Arbor. Big Dickenstein.
We'll make the clown party horror.
I
film.
do want to make a. I do think we
And
should
maybe
make,
we
even
have
if it's a short film, a clown
Big
movie. Or something.
Dickenstein could make a appearance in it as one of the sideshow.
One of the clowns.
Yeah, he's like a sideshow attraction.
That all right? Yeah, if it's a whole sideshow.
Oh yeah,
yep. I actually like this idea though, not just all clowns, like a whole sideshow group.
Yeah, it's
he
like
could be like the strong man of like the circus, you know?
Yeah, it's like a little traveling circus, and they're murderers, and there's Big Dickenstein.
You get like
and they release him to go kill people.
I like it. I love this. It's like I think Todd in like a strongman costume, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little prosthetic going on.
Yep.
Maybe he doesn't need it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Zog can make an appearance as the fortune teller.
I like that. Yeah, fortune teller.
I love it.
You like a fire breather, fire eater.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that would be so fun.
I like this.
I'm
Maybe
so
you could
down.
spin the wheel and the Big Dickenstein. That's wherever that lands is what the prize is.
Yeah, he's just like
bung, 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 bung,
he's all ow. Someone spins it too fast.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you could also use it as when they use like the hammer and to like the strength contest.
Oh yeah, yep.
You just bang his dong onto it instead.
Yeah, he's just a prop in the circus.
I love that.
We're doing it. We're doing it, guys. We're gonna make that clown party movie.
I am totally in. Shannon, my pitch for movie is Spankenstein. Spankenstein. I would say Stein.
Yeah, Stein works. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a young Frankenstein, is it? Because he pronounces it Frankenstein, and then at the very end, it's Stein.
I just watched Bride of Frankenstein the first time.
Really? I love
my all-time favorite. I think Dr. Praetorian there is just like the greatest.
I'm like catching up on like the black and white horror films. I never watched them for some reason.
Oh wow!
When Karloff is there, like, and he just starts speaking as the monster, it's like my favorite scene. Like, he's like, "Smoke good."
Yeah, smoke good.
It's the best. Yeah.
I felt so bad for him when she rejected him.
Such a great movie.
Because this is going to be not just his like mate, but like this is the only person he can connect with, and then she just looks at him and shrieks.
Yeah, that was like so disturbing. Actually, it was good.
I love it, and it is weird because it's named Bride of Frankenstein, and I do actually think you could do a new version. Because Bride is really like a minor character in the movie, even though she looks awesome. But the new one, I don't know if you've seen the trailer. Maybe it'll be good. I don't know, but it's very weird because it's like a film noir, like they're like 1920s gangsters or something, like Frankenstein and the Bride. I don't know.
Yeah, it's too much like Bonnie and Clyde meets Frankenstein and the Bride. I don't know. I don't have a good feeling.
I'll definitely check it out.
I just like those good old fashioned spooky castle movies,
Oh, I do too. Yes, I if you can see, but I've always had these guys behind me here. Your Frankenstein, Mummy, Dracula, and the Wolfman.
I've never seen Wolfman, and I've never seen The Mummy. I need to.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Check out all the old Universal horrors.
Wolfman's one of my favorites.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, that's so fun. Like, I do think I'm kind of lucky getting to see stuff for the first time,
Oh,
awesome. I agree with that.
like because it's like there's no expectations, there's no pressure. It's just like, oh, I'm just like watching it like someone back in the 30s or 40s would have watched it. And that's like one of the reasons where even films that come out now in series, I always wait a long time to watch it.
Oh, so you can do like a whole binge?
Yeah, so I can do a binge, and so I don't have any preconceived notions.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can just watch it just as purely as possible.
Well, you'll have to watch Son of Frankenstein because it's not as good as the first two, but it's still definitely worth watching. And Bela Lugosi, he's the Igor character, and he's great in it. He's so good.
Really? Okay, I'll watch that. Thank you for
Bubba says, yeah, definitely check out the Universal Monsters. I love the Wolfman movie. I'm also a big fan of Creature from the Black Lagoon.
And the Invisible Man.
I watched Creature from the Black Lagoon because after I watched Bride of Frankenstein, I was like, whoa, this movie is so good. And then I was like, I watched Creature from the Black Lagoon, and then I was like, what do I need to watch next? So now I know I need to watch Son of Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Wolfman, and what was the other one you just said, Troy?
The Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man.
It's Claude Rains owns in that movie.
It's the same director of the Frankenstein movies who did Invisible Man.
Yep,
I loved him in. Did you ever see him in Suspicion?
Oh yeah, yep. And he's also in The Wolfman. He plays the dad in it. He's great in it.
Oh, yes. I'm definitely gonna watch. I think that's gonna be like my Halloween.
That's
theme.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Do a big binge.
Yeah.
So, actually, I think it was our first year, maybe our second year on the show. We had Ben Chapman on, who played the creature from the Black Lagoon on the land.
One of the coolest guys. He was just awesome.
And it was, about a year before he passed away, because he's pretty old at the time, because the movie came out in 1954. And one of the coolest things from doing the show at all, so Troy used to draw everybody that was on the show, but now that we do it every week, it's too much to keep up with. And so Ben asked if I could send him 4 copies of Troy's caricature of him. And so I did. And so he kept one, and he sent 3 back for me, Troy, and John, and he signed the other 3, which was really nice of him. And then I actually have his autograph up here behind me on the show. And he also sent a copy of his original script from 1954 for Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah,
and so
his
that's
contract. It was so awesome to see how much he got.
You get like $300, I think, to do the movie.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And they didn't have like residuals or anything at the time. So
I mean, he must have been one hell of a swimmer.
Oh,
so he did the land scenes. Rico Browning does the underwater scenes.
Oh, okay.
So we never had Rico on. I tried to get him on. He just passed away actually not very long ago. But it is wild because those scenes still hold up. They're amazing. The underwater scene when she's swimming and he's swimming underneath her, like mirroring her. That's like a beautiful scene. It looks amazing.
That gives me chills. I remember because I just watched it literally like 2 weeks ago. And then I watched that scene and I was like, can you imagine like just swimming nonchalantly and you have no idea that something is just moving that gracefully,
And his look is just so amazing in that. Like the Gill Man, just he's awesome.
I think it's really ahead of its time because like there's some like environmental stuff in the movie, like they showing up close when they throw like the cigarette in the water, and he's not a villain in the movie. They're like they're invading his territory.
Yeah, it's like King Kong. It's like screw you guys, you don't belong here.
Screw you guys.
Exactly.
So yeah, Ben Chapman. So we had him on. He was not in good health, and he was on oxygen. And I was like, "Do you want to reschedule the show?" And he's like, "No, let's do this before I croak." And like, and so we start the show, and he immediately lights up, and he's like really energetic on the show. Yeah. It's a really fun interview, and I really think like especially as I get older, I'm like, he wanted to do that because this was early days there wasn't like a lot of podcasts or anything. And so I don't know if he was really on any other podcast, and he probably, wanted his interview out there for people to hear.
Aww.
He's a really good guy.
Oh yeah, he was amazing.
Good for you guys, and good for him. That's really.
I'm
cool.
glad. I'm in a way I get jealous of people who get to see the movies for the first time, because like I grew up watching them, so I've seen them a million times, but to see it for the first time, I think that's really exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah, you just get so like jazzed up, and then you can't get enough. You're like, I want more of this.
So every year I do this annual Halloween marathon at the Coolidge Corner Theater, and it runs from midnight till noon the next day, so it's 12 hours. And it's always 2 movies they tell you up front, so it's like a theme, and then the rest are surprises. So this year the theme is creature movies. And one of the movies is Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, awesome.
In 3D.
Are they going to show it in 3D? Oh,
yeah,
that's the
and
balls.
I've never seen it in 3D. That's how it was originally released.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Wonder if you'll get the old school red and blue.
I've seen 3D movies
glasses
there before, and they always they do give you the glasses.
Nice.
I'm trying to see I forget what the other movie is. This weekend though, oh wow, this weekend it's Psycho. They're showing Psycho tomorrow night, and original 35mm, and then Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Saturday.
Oh, hot damn. That's awesome.
Oh, damn. Wow. So the 2 headliners are 2 movies we just talked about, Creature from the Black Lagoon and American Werewolf in London.
Oh, that's awesome. You don't get anything better than that.
Yeah. You're right, Troy.
And then, so I don't know what any guesses what some of the other 5 will be?
Creatures, huh?
It's really kind of a broad term, I guess. Maybe
It
Critters?
is. Oh, that'd be fun.
Tremors?
What's the second Creature from the Black Lagoon? The Creature Walks Among Us? Yeah.
The third one's kind of goofy, I have to admit.
I can't remember that one.
The third one, he gets his gills burned off, and then he just can suddenly like walk around like a human.
Oh yeah, that one's kind of lame.
Yeah. I have a guess. All right, well, let's hear it.
I was thinking Humanoids from the Deep.
I'm a huge fan of Humanoids from the Deep.
I haven't seen it in years.
What's it about?
It's about monsters that come and rape human women.
Yeah. It's your typical early 80s like monster movie, a lot of boobs and blood.
I know, and I shouldn't laugh at that kind of stuff. It's a really sexy movie.
I mean, it's just absurd, so it's fun to laugh at.
Yeah.
I've
tried to get people on the show from it because I love the movie, but I can never find anybody to do the film. It's directed by a woman.
Perfect drive-in movie,
Yeah. I actually think they're showing it. I think Greg might have shown it at his festival.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in like a million years.
I haven't either, honestly. We used to watch it. I feel weird now. I'm like, oh, it's about these monsters raping women. I'm like, I used to watch it all the time as a kid. But...
I mean, that's exploitation films, though, right?
Yeah. Well, I have to find this shirt. I knew this is funny. I don't know where this shirt is, but I found a picture of me in the shirt. But as you can see,
nice.
we've got the monster back here and the damsel in the front here.
Oh, that's cool.
Humanoids from the Deep shirt. Yeah, it's very cool.
I love that kind of art because it's just so theatrical,
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. We have a bunch of trailers if you guys would like to watch them.
Ooh.
Yes.
Bring them.
All right, let me pull these up.
Bring them.
Trailers. And in the future, anyone would like us to play a trailer, you can send that to me on Facebook or email me at withoutyourhead@gmail.com. Oh, and by the way, I think it was one of these weeks we talked about a Dead Girl. Because Tara's a fan a Dead Girl, and I believe AJ had never seen it. And so anyway, I asked Jenny Spain about coming on. She'd love to come back on, and she's making a new movie. I believe she's got like the campaign coming up, so
Wow,
that'll be we'll have a Jenny Spain on.
Oh
That's
man,
awesome.
I would really like to meet her because I admire her acting. Like, I think she's wonderful.
Yeah, I think you'd like her a lot. She's a really cool person.
I would really love to meet her and just hear her talk. That's so cool. Thank you, Neal, for inviting
You're
her
welcome.
and letting me be a part of it.
Of course, yeah. It's fun to introduce my friends here, Jenny and Tara.
Oh, that's great.
Because you're not just our co-host here, Tara. You're a friend as well.
We are. Yeah,
Oh,
we've been
yeah.
friends for a while now. So one of these days we'll get to all meet.
So interestingly enough, you talking about seeing these Universal monster movies. This is the trailer for the new Frankenstein that comes out, I think this month. The end of the
Yeah, I
month.
think you're right. I can't wait for this one. I think this entire year, this is the one I've looked forward to the most.
Told his tale. And I'll tell you mine.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro.
I remember pieces. Memories of different men.
I love the look of this movie.
I saw
Are you kidding me?
your name.
Damn, is that creepy?
Victor Frankenstein.
Oscar Isaac. Is anybody cooler?
Is that me? I didn't know Mia Goth was in this.
Yeah.
I think that's Mia Goth.
Yep, it is.
It's not out yet, Bub. It has a very limited release theatrically, and then it'll be on Netflix. But I'd like to see it at the theater.
Got to see it on the big screen.
If you were not to abort me, love.
It looks very much like the actual novel. Because Frankenstein's talking.
Yeah, and they end up like in the North Pole and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now. Run.
Whoa.
That looks awesome.
Totally geeked for that one.
Yeah, select theaters October 17th, and then on Netflix. Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
I just can't wait.
So this next one is the next one is No You're Not, which is from my new pal Crispin Glover.
Oh.
He's been making this for like 8 years. So it's got two different names, which I'm very confused about, but interesting.
I think he likes doing that.
Yes. And what's interesting, this is the first and only time, because his dad passed away this year in March, that they were in a movie together, and they play the same character but at different times.
Oh wow!
Whoa! Oh, I know that. I've seen that model before.
Yeah, she's a model with Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
It was her first movie. She's a model with cool.
Wow.
I think that's awesome that he cast her in the movie.
Yeah, I'm so glad to see her in more stuff.
I just thought so. Crispin was on, a couple months ago. It was a longer interview than it was supposed to be. It was like 40 minutes, supposed to be 10 minutes. And then I just recorded a new one with him that I posted. It's 3.5 hours. Which
It's
goes
awesome,
really into
too.
depth
It's so
about,
much fun.
about the making of this movie. Turned in November for a third interview.
Really?
Ooh.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I just watched the interview
This
that you
looks awesome.
uploaded.
It's very much. Oh, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, it was great. I loved hearing about all the mechanics of like the film and how he filmed it on like 35 millimeter. And,
Oh, he's so into it too.
You know?
Like you can tell that's his passion.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
about like the color correcting to match like different time periods.
the visuals are beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like different time periods and
Yeah, really,
he matched it.
it really captures some of these like the old silent films. That's another one you should
Oh,
watch
yeah.
is the Silent Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, that one's so great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love it.
A lot of beautiful women in his film too.
You're
Wow.
not kidding.
Right?
That woman just had like
Yeah.
that crazy face. Like, whoa.
Looks like a mind trip, this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. And so his movies, he'll never release them physically or on streaming. You actually have to go and see them in person with him,
Oh, that's badass too. I love it.
which is very very unusual. But I think there's something special about that.
That's pretty classy.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
and I helped set up the streaming in Boston. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is Space Goblins, which is by a fan of the show.
Space Goblins? I like the name.
I love that. Ooh, that's
Wow.
cool. Whoa!
Space Goblins, yeah.
Oh my god!
This looks so wild.
Oh, I'm in love with this one too.
Oh my god!
Someone here may be playing a voice of one of these characters.
Whoa.
Nasty Neal, that is. Yeah, that looks amazing. When it's
Crazy
close to being
looking.
actually coming out, he's going to come on the show and talk about it
Wow.
when it's done.
Okay, I really want to see Space Goblins.
Oh, hell yeah. This is 3 for 3 for me. I want to see all 3 of those.
Yeah, Space. So, real quick before we get to Space Goblins. Doesn't that look awesome?
That does.
Does?
That looks
This
crazy
next one
good.
is Psycho Killer.
It hasn't even been
Can we
48
watch the
hours
Space
since
Goblins
you
trailer
buried
again
your
after this?
I'm hooked on that one too. I'd
Yeah,
never
we
even
can.
heard of it. This one looks great too. I just saw the trailer today.
come to grips with.
Yeah, I just they sent it to me, so I uploaded it to the Without Your Head
Play
page.
what happened. The outcome is inescapable.
Did they play the Talking Head song?
I hope so.
Psycho Killer. Guess to say. All producers are barbarians. Oh, Malcolm McDowell.
Oh, badass. That's awesome.
I like a satanic movie.
Four for 4. I
All
want
right,
to
here
see
we
that
go.
one, too.
Space Goblins Part 2.
Oh. Yeah! Space Goblins.
Well, I want to know what that critter is.
I know.
Oh, that looks so
Hey,
good.
that
I'm
was
totally there for that one.
Oh my god, I like the song a lot.
Focus is the key.
Yeah, I do too. A good call. We saw this
Wow.
one.
It hasn't even been 48 hours.
I'm gonna
since you
start
buried
letting
your
my
husband.
ski it.
No skippy for you.
I'm not sure what's next. Oh, Shelby Oaks. So I actually got to see this. I can't talk about it, but it's amazing.
I needed to see it for myself.
It mixes that found footage with like a narrative film.
Riley Brennan is now missing. She was last seen in Shelby Oaks.
There is a dark and deeply haunted history in the woods of Shelby Oaks. My sister isn't the first to go missing.
What's left in Shelby Oaks is death
Ooh. Cool shots.
and rot.
I can't post it yet, but I actually interviewed the director of this movie.
You should be proud of her. Riley, please, baby. Hear me.
Ooh.
It's awesome, and I
want to see every
think
one
it's
of
gonna
these
be a really
movies.
big. I think it's going to be a really big movie this year.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really wild. It gets super dark. I don't know what this one is. Minori. It's a Lovecraft horror film.
Oh,
from Raven Manor.
I've had some crazy dreams lately, you know. The monsters coming out of the water. The amorphous creatures stepping out of mists. The things that should neither walk in this world or in the world of dreams. And sometimes I wake up screaming because I caught myself dreaming. And in my dream, I know that it is out there waiting. It is coming for us all.
wow.
Oh, damn.
Cool.
That looks really cool too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Wow, so
Brood
far, like all of these
1976
look pretty
from a lot of
badass.
former guests on the show has been in this movie. This is out now.
You know where you are, right?
Yeah. This one just came out.
Oh, okay.
Let's begin. All aboard for your one-way trip to hell.
No one ever comes out this way anymore. 100 years ago, this was one of the most brutal places in America.
Did you hear that?
The worst of the worst showed up here. Murder. That was the way of life.
One of us is definitely getting murdered here.
Anybody down there?
Be quiet. They'll hear you.
Is that a chainsaw?
We need to get out of here. Why are you doing this?
Why does anyone do anything?
Damn.
All right, so far I'll see all of these movies.
Yeah, I'll watch every one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I got to see that movie. It's really cool. Yeah. I think we've
got to
got
see
one
already?
more that was sent in just before we went live. It's a Stoner Snake. Yeah, I did an interview for Brute 76. It's really cool.
Oh, okay.
It's I've not seen this. I've not even watched the trailer for this yet, so I don't know what we're in for.
Stoner Snake.
About a drug-fueled alien snake going on a killing spree.
Snake bit my friend's head off, and now he's biting me. Oh my god!
Are you a trouser snake?
There was this big fucking snake, and he was just eating all these motherfuckers.
Blumhouse good, indie horror bad. Blumbot 3000 set to boring.
It's kind of cute.
Oh yeah, yep.
What in the dick and
Reminds me of
fuck
my
are you
dog.
doing driving like an asshole?
Give me the power, I beg of you.
Look at the unhinged heart. Oh my god, it's a fucking talking snake. Oh Jesus Christ.
You guys, weed man.
Oh, Madeline
You guys,
Deering, who
weed.
passed away earlier this year.
Smoke weed. Who the fuck are you?
Lamar, he's the stoner snake. Know that smoke in his face and just watch him change. Lamar, he's the stoner snake, an alien race who comes deep from outer space. Lamar, he's the stoner snake. Know that smoke in his face and just watch him change.
Possibly the worst one to me.
Stoner snake.
All right, I'm in.
I'll watch it.
Yep.
Well, though we saw a lot of different films.
Oh yeah, yeah, from one extreme to another.
Yeah. That's a very different looking movie than the Crispin Glover film.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, there's like art house and then like crazy grindhouse exploitation.
Yeah. That's what I like about horror, because I actually like all of that stuff.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, me too. It's so versatile, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah. So our friend Justin, he's launched season 2 of Dark Signals. They're trying to raise some money to make the second season.
Oh, nice.
Justin Bernard Head. Well, I don't think you've met Tara. He hasn't been on since you've been on. You have to meet him. He's a very nice guy.
Oh yeah.
He makes,
You'll love him.
cool
He's
short.
the best.
I love meeting all these new people. It's so fun.
Yeah.
They're
I
so
want to
nice.
mention this.
It's our tribe,
Yeah.
you know. We know
Exactly.
He's good.
Oh, one of our new members of our tribe along those lines. We want people to go see Mischief is going to be a Dead City Circus sideshow. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
She's my favorite.
Oh
Yeah,
she
she's
was so great.
I told her that that we all love her on the show and we want her as one of our recurring regulars, and she was very happy about that.
I hope that maybe on the ghost show she could come on and tell some scary stories about ghost experiences.
That would be tremendous.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her know. I think Morgan may, who sadly missed the ghost show, and so the pizza place that Troy and I like, not the one that you cut the pizza, but it's Brooklyn Heights pizza that we go to with our mom a lot in town, and the one that took the pictures of us that dressed as clowns. And so they're gonna let us shoot some scenes for Arbor Day there, and I sent him some clips of the clown party, and so we went in the other day. He was like, I saw the one getting a staple on her arm, and and they didn't kick us out. They didn't kick us out or anything. They thought it was cool. And they were getting a bunch of killer clown stuff for the store.
Yep, they were getting prepared for Halloween. It was pretty cool.
I'm so excited for Halloween season.
Oh yeah.
What are you guys doing for Halloween this year?
So I do the marathon, but I don't know what Troy's doing.
I have no idea right now. Like it was always like when the nephews were younger, like they'd come over and hang out and stuff. But now I don't know. I'm not sure what we're gonna do.
We should have people send in their costume pictures.
Oh, hell yeah. And pumpkins. If you carve a good jack-o'-lantern, send it on in. We'll check her out.
What should I dress up as this year?
Well, if we're doing a ghost show, should it be ghost themed?
Yes. I don't know what's a good ghost costume.
I mean, the traditional sheet, but that's kind of is, which I think you might do actually for one of the videos. I don't know. Maybe some kind of apparition with like really pale skin. I don't know. Or a fortune teller of some kind. I don't know.
I like that idea too. That's pretty
That'd be cool.
With tarot cards. Tarot cards.
Make it your own. I dig it.
I thought this was cool. The Micro Maniacs. They're making these tiny little horror figures, and they're like super small.
Who makes those?
I'm not sure, but I saw them on Facebook, and I was like, these are something I would like to buy.
They're pretty big, you know.
Yeah, they're like tiny, like this big, I think. Oh, here's a good one. King's Portal says Tara would make a good Elvira.
Oh, I love that idea.
That's extremely flattering. Thank you.
You have to put your hair up.
And I'm like a 5, you know what I mean? You know, actually, that would be a really cool costume. I've never tried that before. I usually always go for like silly or crazy, but I've never tried being like an actual like cool thing. So
I think you could pull it off, though. I think that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Get like a big old beehive wig.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Be the
Do,
mistress
like,
of the dark.
With like the little, wizard sleeve.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd make a good Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
He need the whip. Yeah.
The lasso.
I think I'm sorry, a lasso.
What about like a zombie Wonder Woman?
Oh, I like that.
I was just gonna say we need to be horror people for Halloween.
Yeah,
but I like that
a ghost Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
I love scaring. That's like it's like addicting when you get dressed in a scary costume, and people get scared of you, and it's like addicting. It's like, ooh, I want to scare people more. Like it's kind of fun.
Yeah,
I gotta say, oh, go ahead.
No, you're on.
Oh, I had just on Disney Plus they have the Marvel Zombies animated series out, and it has some of the most gruesome things that I've ever seen, like on a Disney production. It's crazy. I mean, I have never seen so many decapitations and people cut in half and stuff as I have on that series. It's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. So if anybody has Disney Plus, check it out. The Marvel Zombies.
Kingsport Cal says Marvel Zombies is tight. He also
you ever wanted to see the Ant-Man get like cut in half? It's pretty wild.
Says that your eyes are perfect for Elvira.
Nice.
So nice. That's
maybe
so
Underworld. Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Get like a little bob wig and like the little leather outfit. Not like a Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, nice.
That'd be cool.
I'm gonna go as Tor Johnson.
Nice. I like that.
Uh,
I always think for me, I think I could do a like a zombie Bill Gaines. I think that would be pretty cool.
I could see that.
Who's Bill Gaines?
He was the old publisher of EC Comics, so like Tales from the Crypt and all that stuff. And then he made Mad Magazine after he wasn't allowed to make any horror comics anymore. And so he was the coolest guy. His father was the publisher for the Yellow Kid, which was the first comic book, which is one of the few art forms that's native to America. So don't be afraid of the comic book. Yep. So back in like 120 years ago, his dad had published the Yellow Kid. And then years later, he started EC Comics, and that turned into Mad Magazine years later. And so he had been a comic book guy his whole life. But he had a great look. Like, I think if I just like stuff myself a little bit and then like, wear like old man clothes, I could do a mean zombie Bill Gaines.
Because Troy's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, now I got to pad up a little bit. So,
Well, the ghost show.
If you didn't know who.
What if we were all in costume, huh?
Yeah, I agree. I think we should do a show all in costume for Halloween.
Oh, hell yeah.
The day before Halloween.
I might do the Bill Gaines.
Oh, is it? Does the show Thursday fall on Halloween this year?
Oh, I don't know.
I think the day before, right?
Is
it? Okay, yeah. So that would be perfect then. Yeah,
that's awesome.
We should definitely do that.
This
is Tor Johnson. If you didn't know.
Fun.
Tor's the man.
Well, I don't want to shave, so.
Do you have a Bill Gaines picture, Neil?
I could grab one. Yeah.
All
right. Bill Gaines. Halloween. So I will not. I'll be at New York Comic Con next weekend, and I'm flying out Thursday, so I won't be able to do the show Thursday. We could do a show Wednesday, or we could skip next week, whatever's best for everybody. But then I'll be back for the rest of the month.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I'm kind of nervous about doing it.
Oh no, you'll have fun, Chief. That'll be a good time.
Oh, you're gonna do so good, Neil. You're such a good interviewer.
Thank you. I do appreciate the support from all of you.
Don't be nervous. You totally
know. You never have like the dead air. Like, yeah, there we go. So I think I can pull off the zombie Bill Gaines. I think I can do it.
You're definitely more attractive than him, though.
But he was a big, lovable guy. He was great.
You should, if you don't dress as him, you should draw him. You should draw a zombie Bill Gaines.
Yeah, all right. That's what I'll do. I'll start off with that. That'll get me inspired.
Yeah.
And then just have like a big set of fake boobs for no reason.
And then I like that idea. We'll just make them all crazy. I dig it. All right, well, guys, I gotta go walk the dog. So,
all right.
Will catch all you crazy kids later.
Bye, Troy.
Right. I just saw your message, Troy. I didn't realize you.
Oh, no worries.
Fare thee well, Troy.
Yeah. Well, we can wrap up here, and we'll be back. Like I said, I'll be. So we could talk about it. We can either do a show Wednesday next week, or we can skip, and we'll be back the week after. But we'll be around for sure. I've got a bunch of recorded interviews. I'm gonna start popping up, and it's very lovely to see my two of my favorite people here, Terrible Troy and Tara Hutchison. And all the fine people here in the chat. Yeah, we love you as well.
Everyone in the chat so kind.
Oh,
yeah, we've got a great group of folks here.
Everyone who watches is so nice, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we hit 6,000 subscribers yesterday.
Oh, nice! That's awesome.
So it's a good milestone here.
That is
thank
cool.
you, everybody. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it out, leave some comments. If you want to help support the channel, you can become a member. It starts only $3 a month. But it'll be free either way. We appreciate the support. So until next time, this is Nasty Neal.
That would make me Terrible Troy.
That would make me Tara Hutchison.
And this is Without
Your
head.
Hi, this is Adrienne Barbeau. Just call me Billy. Everyone does. And you're listening to WithoutYourHead.com.